G'day, Mark from Mustard Bikes here. In the workshop today with Honda's new for 2025 CB1000 Hornet. Now this bike's quite a departure from the previous model, dubbed the Neo Cafe in styling, and with that there's a whole new tail section, and for that we've designed a new tail tidy. So in this video we're going to run you through the installation process of that tail tidy, start to finish the whole way through. Before we get started though, we're going to need some tools. This install was filmed with an early release bike. As bike designs are updated and revamped over the years, some aspects of this installation may have changed. Please check our video description below to find out if there are any changes to the installation process shown here. To get the job done, you'll need a pair of needle nose pliers, a pair of side cutters, a 3mm Allen key, a 4mm, 5mm and 6mm Allen key, an 8mm spanner as well as a 10mm spanner, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a short flat blade screwdriver is also handy. In the box you'll find the card that led you to this video, tucked inside a bolt pack with a number of nuts and bolts, a link wire and a couple of cable ties in it. And then in amongst all these packing peanuts, wrapped in paper, you'll find the kit itself. The kit consists of 2 arms, and then the main Fender Eliminator itself. And this one has the number plate light already mounted. The bolt back consists of the card that led you to the video, the link wire that makes the product plug and play, 4 cable ties, 2 small indicator spacers, and then a number of nuts and bolts themselves. You've got 4 M6 bolts, and then 4 nylock nuts to go along with those bolts. So now we've got everything together, it's time to start working on the bike. We're going to start by taking our key and removing the pillion seat, or in this case, the pillion seat cover. We can then remove the rider's seat by removing the 2 5mm Allen key bolts. Use your 3mm Allen key to remove the 6 bolts on the top side of your rear fairing shown here. To remove the upper side of the rear fairing, we're going to have to unclip it from the lower portion. To do this, we're going to have to pull the bottom side here outwards and upwards. So you just heard that click. You can then continue to pull that off, going up the edge. We'll then do the same on the other side. Then once that's done, we can lift the whole fairing off and pull it backwards to remove it. Now we have access to the wiring, disconnect the 4 plugs on the right hand side of the bike using a small blade screwdriver. Release the cable tie behind the tail light by lifting the release tab. We can then feed all 3 indicator wires out underneath the subframe. So the next step is to remove these side panels here. There's one on either side of the bike. It's quite a tedious process to remove these, but with a bit of patience, you should get through it easy enough. The first step is to remove the 2 push pins, one on the upper side and the lower side. We do that using our small blade screwdriver, pushing in the center of the pin and then pulling the whole pin out. We now need to take out a little pin that's on the back side of the fairing here, using our needle nose pliers and again the flat blade screwdriver to push in its little latch. With all the clips removed, we can now pull the panel out from the bike. There is one more clip on the back side here that just pulls out as you pull the fairing out. So we just pull that backwards. So and there's that clip there. And of course, once we've done that on this side, we repeat the same process on the other side as well. We can now remove the rear fender using our 6mm Allen key to remove the 4 bolts holding it in place. Now, as you're removing this last bolt, just make sure you keep a hold of the rear fender. And then as we pull it out, we're just going to pull these indicator wires through as well. And so with that, we've removed the stock fender. We can now take that over to the bench and start preparing the fender eliminator before we fit it to the bike. If you're fitting the stock indicators, we're going to have to remove them from this stock fender. If you've got an aftermarket version of our product, you can skip these steps entirely. To disassemble the stock fender, we're going to have to start by removing these 4 bolts here using our 5mm Allen key. We also need to remove this bolt with our 5mm Allen key. And then using our Phillips head screwdriver, the 2 screws at the very end here. And you should then be able to lift this section up and then push it forward. You'll see here this end bit will unclip. And then you can separate the 2 halves as such. We can now remove the indicators. I'm just going to start by feeding the wiring out from the side here. And we're just going to take note that this one with the blue plug goes on the right hand side of the bike. We need to remember that for when we install it on the fender eliminator. So to remove the indicator itself, we take our 8mm spanner and we're just going to undo this bolt on the back of the indicator. Then with the bolt removed, you'll see the indicator falls away. And then inside of here, if we push from the back here, you'll find this metal spacer. So that needs to come out. So we then pull that whole indicator out. And the last bit we need to remove is this rubber section here as well. So we just simply pull that out like so. And then of course, we do the same to the other side. So now we have both indicators removed. We can take our fender eliminator itself and work towards fitting these indicators to the fender eliminator. So you're going to need these 2 indicator spacers that came in your kit. And we're going to start by taking the rubber grommet from the right indicator and we're going to put that spacer onto the grommet. Just feed that through. And then we need to feed that little assembly into the tail tidy. So same thing, just feed that through. Now this may take a little bit of fiddling just to get it in there correctly. You can use a small flat blade screwdriver just to help with this. Like such. Then we're going to do that for the other side as well. We're then going to take the indicator with the blue lead and fit that to the right hand side as if it was mounted to the bike. So we're going to feed the lead through this rear hole here. Just feed that all the way through. Sit the indicator in position. And then we take that metal spacer and we're going to fit that back in place as well. So feed the wire through that little opening at the front there, at the back there, sorry. Push that in place, take the bolt, and then do the bolt up. And then, of course, we take our 8mm spanner just to do that up properly. And repeat the process on the other side. We can now mount the arms to the tail tidy. To do that, we're going to need the nuts and bolts that came in the kit. So we're going to take the right arm here, and we're going to mount that to the top side of the fender eliminator. Take one of your bolts, feed it through the top as well, and then fit a nut to the underside. Do the same for the secondary bolt hole. We then use our 4mm Allen key and our 10mm spanner to do those up. Of course, we do the same with the other arm. Now, the last thing we need to do before this is ready to fit to the bike is tidy up the wiring here. So we're just going to unravel this LED bolt wire. Run these wires to the back side. We can then take the 4 cable ties that went into the kit, cable tie these wires in place. So we're going to run the LED bolt over to the right hand side here, which is the right hand side of the bike. Take the indicator wire as well, and then you'll see there's a couple of small holes here. We're going to run a cable tie down from the top, back up from underneath, and then do them up. Just make sure you've got a bit of a nice curve in the LED bolt wire here. Do that cable tie up nice and tight, and then we can trim that tail end with our side cutters. So then we continue along. There's another 2 holes just a little bit further up here. Same thing, in from the top, up from underneath, and do those ones up. And trim the tail off. And then of course we do the same with the other side. And so with that, this assembly is then ready to take over to the bike and fit to the bike itself. Now we're ready to fit the fender eliminator. We're just going to rest it on the back wheel to make life a bit easier for us. We're just going to take the wiring and feed it up through the original holes that the original wires came out of. Just do that on both sides. And we can then lift the whole fender eliminator up, feeding those wires through as we go, and offer it up into place. So then while we're here, we're going to take one of the original 4 bolts that held it in place and just pop one in so that the fender will hang there on its own. So now it's in place, we can continue with the other 4 bolts. Once we have all 4 bolts started, we can then fully tighten them. We can now reconnect the wiring for the lighting. Start by feeding the plugs up underneath the frame rail in the same way that they were originally. You only need to pull them as far as the plug from the tail light that's still in place. Before we feed the number plate light wire through, we need to fit the link wire. The link wire is fitted with the red wire matching the black wire and the green wire matching the red wire. Reconnect all the plugs to the original wiring loom, making sure to match the blue with the blue, the orange with the orange, and the 3-wire brake light plug with the 3-wire white plug. The black plug from the LED bolt goes into the remaining plug. You can then put the connector block back in place. Before we continue, we're going to do a really important safety check. Take your key, put it in the ignition and turn your bike on. We're just going to make sure that the number plate light is lit up correctly and that when we use our indicators, they light up on the correct sides. Now, because we disconnected the brake light, I also like to just quickly give the brake light a go, make sure that we haven't mucked something up there. Now, if you have, for example, gotten your indicators back to front, the easy fix is just to swap those orange and blue connectors over to get them on the correct sides. If your number plate light's not lighting up, Just swap those 2 wires on the link wire over and try that again, and it should fix the problem. Now that we're happy that everything's all back together and working correctly, we can start to put the bodywork back on the bike. Take the excess wiring and neatly coil it up, then cable tie it in place using the cable tie you removed at the start of the process. We can now reinstall the 2 side panels, and we're going to start by putting in this clip at the back in place, and then just making sure that the little clip above it is also in place when we put it in there. So you start with that one there, and then you just sort of twist it back up, and you'll see that one clips into place. So then once we have that panel in place, we can install the 2 push clips on the top and bottom. To reset the push clips, you need to push the center pin all the way through so that they're out the other side before you can put the push pin in place. Then lastly, we just need to install the little clip that we took out of the back of the panel. Next we can install the upper panel. Now when we do this, we need to make sure that all these little tabs and things like that align properly with the lower panel. So to fit it, we're going to start by installing from the rear with this little tab here. Just hook it on there. We're going to come down one side and then gently pull the other side over as well. And then you'll see as we move it along, it should clip into place. Reinstall the 6 bolts holding on the top fairing using your 3mm Allen key. Refit the rider's seat and bolt it in place using your 5mm Allen key. All that remains is to refit your pillion seat cover, fit your number plate, and go for a ride. Now it's a wise idea, once you have been for a few rides, just go over all the nuts and bolts, make sure that everything's still nice and tight, check your lights, make sure they're still all operating correctly as well. Now we hope this video has helped you with your install. If you haven't yet purchased this product and you'd like to, mustardbikes.com. We carry a whole range of tail tidies for a whole range of bikes, including the whole range of CB Honda products as well. Don't forget to tag us on your Instagram pictures, get in touch with us on Facebook. We love hearing from our customers. Comment below, like the video, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
The pig, the